Hey everybody! So today we're going to talk some more about the Galactic Center, specifically about the research that's been done from the subreddit, from people doing the questionnaire and taking their time to do this. And again, thank you so much everybody that has participated and that has an interest in this. It's really appreciated. It really is. And if you want to be a part of this and you have not yet done it, let me know. I'll send you the questionnaire. It's not too late. It's never too late. We'd love to have you. First, let me start out with my disclaimer, though, that I am not an expert at the Galactic Center. With the Galactic Center, I have lots of astrological knowledge. This is one area that I am literally just fucking with astrology and playing around, tossing some stuff out there, looking for patterns and connections. Don't hold me to any of this. And I reserve the right for any and all of this to be wrong later. This is literally just fucking with astrology. So, in saying that, so this video is going to deal with out-of-bounds planets. I know I've mentioned in other videos how it does feel like the out-of-bounds planets have... Okay, Jupiter RX feels very similar in the same kind of way to the Galactic Center energy. Out-of-bounds planets do too. They feel similar to the Galactic Center, but similar in a slightly different way. Can't quite put my finger on that yet, but there is definitely a similarity. And I definitely think there is a correlation with people that are more Galactic Center inclined or influenced or what have you, and having out-of-bounds planets. Now, some of y'all, want to say real quick, some of y'all who did the survey, did the questionnaire, and this isn't y'all's fault. This is, we didn't originally ask for the additional tables from astro.com, the thing that has the declinations on it, where you can see out-of-bounds planets. If anybody sent us the chart without giving us the time, date, and place of birth, and some people blacked that out on the charts that they send, you weren't actually included in this part because I couldn't pull the declinations to your chart, and I don't have them. So if you sent a chart in because you didn't want to actually give out your information, if you could also email to letsfwithastrology@gmail.com. If you could email the additional tables from astro.com that show the declinations of the planets, that would be really appreciated. So that way you can be included in this part of the research, because I did take you all out of the grand total of things to do the percentages, since you all I can't see the out-of-bounds planets or not without those tables. So yeah, if you want to continue to be a part of it, let me know and get me those. You don't have to give me your time, date, and place of birth, but do let me know the declinations. Send me that table so I can see them. So the out-of-bounds planets seem to be, when I was looking at, like whistleblowers, conspiracy theorists, truth tellers, a lot of them had out-of-bounds planets. A high majority of them, especially the ones that had planets conjunct the GC, actual planets conjunct the GC, a lot of them had out-of-bounds planets. So that seemed like an important thing to look at here, because the original questionnaire and our original focus was specifically people that had the conjunctions to the Galactic Center. Then the last few questions at the bottom also include people that have the oppositions, but not just the oppositions by themselves, people that have conjunctions and the opposition. So it seemed important to include the out-of-bounds planets, because the out-of-bounds planets did seem to be important with the people, the famous people that I'd looked at, that also, have the conjunctions to the GC. So in saying that, the percentage that I came back with of people that have out-of-bounds planets that have done the survey, done the questionnaire so far, is 71%. This number is the same number that came back in the last video with people that had Jupiter retrograde, Jupiter born during the shadow period of Jupiter retrograde, Jupiter out of bounds, because I did include that one in this, Mercury retrograde, Jupiter somehow involved with the GC, like trine the GC. That one also came back at 71%. So I think that's an interesting number that kind of keeps repeating. I don't know if that actually means anything, but I think that it could. I'm not sure how or how yet, but it could. This actually came back a little higher than what I thought. It's not like phenomenally high, but it is higher than what I thought it was going to come back. So that was kind of cool to see that. It makes me feel like I am on a track that might be on the right track. Now, also I noticed, as far as out of bounds planets goes, a lot of the people, and I don't know the exact percentage on this one yet, but it did seem like a lot of the people that had out of bounds planets, I noticed that a lot of them, the planet that was out of bounds was involved with the GC in some way. Like it was the planet conjunct the GC, the planet opposite the GC, the planet trine the GC. Because even though the trine wasn't one of the things in the questionnaire, because it has become a focus of mine, looking at truth tellers and whistleblowers and conspiracy theorists and whatever, I did include it here. It does seem like the out of bounds planet does play into this planet or planets. One of the planets, if you got multiple ones, one of the planets did seem to play into the GC axis, GAC axis. So I thought that was interesting. Now, Jupiter, okay, Jupiter goes out of bounds the least out of all the planets, and when it does go out of bounds, it usually doesn't go out of bounds very far. So I was actually surprised there were 4 or 5 people that had Jupiter out of bounds. I was not expecting to see that many. That's not like a huge number or anything, but I wasn't expecting to see that many people. I was expecting to see maybe 1. So I thought that was interesting that there were that many that came back. Uranus, another one I noticed being out of bounds a lot. Exact number, not sure the percentage, but it is one that came back quite a bit. Moon came back quite a bit, but actually the moon came back less than I thought it would. I thought the moon goes out of bounds the most, right? Out of all of the planets. So I was actually expecting a much higher number. I don't know the percentage, but I was expecting to see many, many more people having the moon out of bounds than I did. I was really expecting to see that more than I did. So that was interesting. I mean, it certainly is there. Don't get me wrong. There are people that have the moon out of bounds in this research, but I just thought I thought there would be more of them. There are a lot of people that had. I know I already mentioned. I think I mentioned Uranus out of bounds. Oh, Mars and Mercury came back quite often. They seem like I'd have to go through and do the numbers, do the percentage. It seemed like that seemed about equal, like equal numbers of people having Mars out of bounds and Mercury out of bounds. I found Mars out of bounds interesting. I wasn't expecting to see so many. And not like, I think there were more people with the moon out of bounds, but I just wasn't expecting to see so many with Mars out of bounds. So that was also interesting to me. I also noticed there were a lot of people, and by a lot, maybe like somewhere between 5 and 10, that had Mercury and Mars out of bounds. Those two seemed to dance together in this. So I think that's interesting too. I think that is interesting. Let me see, was there anything else that I wanted to go over in this video? I think that was probably about it. So yeah, so far 71% of people that I've looked at have some kind of planets, have some planet out of bounds, and a large, I don't know the percentage on this one, but it does seem like a lot of them have the out of bounds planet has something to do with the GC, the GAC, or the trine to the GC. This could be the planet conjunct the GC is out of bounds, the planet conjunct the galactic anti-center is out of bounds, the planet that forms the trine to the GC is out of bounds, or in a case I can think of, somebody had the the South Node conjunct the GC. No, sorry, it's a South Node conjunct the Galactic Anticenter. And Mercury, which rules, which would be the ruler of their South Node, was out of bounds. So there's some kind of tie. It does feel like a lot of the out of bounds planets that I'm seeing, there is a tie to the Galactic Center in some way. The Galactic Center, Galactic Anti-Center axis, or the trine. That's not universal, but it was something that I noticed. I need to go back through. When I do the blog post for this video and the last one, I'll put that percentage in there, because I did notice it a decent amount of times. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, you can find us at Let's Fuck With Astrology. I'm at Saturn Season Astrology on Instagram. Natalie is at Apaternal Astrology on Instagram. If you want to subscribe and like our videos and shit on YouTube, sorry, the allergies are really bad today. You can find us by searching for Let's Fuck With Astrology. If you want to join us on the subreddit Let's Fuck With Astrology, come join us. And if you are interested in the star cards, go to letsfuckwithastrology.com/star-cards. Okay, y'all. I'll see y'all later.